Díomh go léir, is mise an talamh Timothy O'Brien, Déan, cloiste an Leish, an Altranis agus na nólaíochta sláinte na hallscoile seo, agus is cúis áthas é don fáilte choróibh ar an lásca síalta seo. Táimid an seo inniuh chun cilóra poiblí a dhéanamh ar an gasca acadúil atá déanta agaibh I gceann mhór gcuid gcomharsaí léing le cúpla bliain anuas. Lá mór I bhéalra na hallscoile atá ann, agus ó cáid níos mó agus níos tábhachtaí arís in mhór saol féin. Go mar bhar céimíocht uair agus guím gach rá ormh sa téal atá romh amach mar céimethe de chuid ollscoil na hÉireann Gaillimh. My name is Professor Timothy O'Brien, Dean, College of Medicine, Nursing and Health Sciences of this university, and on behalf of the National University of Ireland, Galway, I want to extend to all of you a very warm welcome to this conferring ceremony. To you, the graduands, I say that in awarding these degrees today, we are publicly acknowledging and paying tribute to your intelligence, hard work and dedication to the course of studies that has brought you to this point. The honour conferred on you today represents an important milestone in what I hope will be distinguished, fulfilling and rewarding lives and careers. And it's right and proper that that achievement is shared and celebrated with your families and friends and the academic community generally, all of whom have contributed in a variety of ways to this, your academic success. This formal occasion is an appropriate celebration of that success, involving as it does the special robes and the use of Latin, English and Irish. This kind of ceremony is a tradition that spans many centuries. It goes all the way back to the first university in Ireland, established in Dublin in 1320, though it no longer exists, and has continued through to the present, with Ireland's most recent university created within the past year. This university was originally one of 3 Queen's colleges established in 1845 in Belfast, Cork and Galway. The first students were registered in 1849. From its very beginnings as Queen's College Galway, this university has been about ensuring that those who pass through here as students, wherever they make their future afterwards, go out into the wide world equipped with the best education that they can get and that we can give them. The word university comes in shortened form from the Latin Universitas Magistrorum et Scholarium, which translates as a community of teachers and scholars. And that notion of community is something we continue to cherish here. Our staff work tirelessly to bring the best of education and the best of postgraduate supervision into play, so that our students, when they face the world in a new competitive environment, can hold their heads high, knowing that they join an outstanding group of people. Galway graduates, among whose numbers are to be found many of the most illustrious figures in Irish civic, political, business and cultural life. After today's ceremony, you, the graduands, will take your place in that group, and it's my fervent hope that you will do so with pride. Latin was originally the working language of the universities, and as a link to the past, we still use the language in the conferring ceremony. In the Latin formula of words used in your parchments, 2 things are confirmed publicly by the university: the academic quality of your award and the moral character of you as graduands. I hope that as you go through the rest of your lives as Galway graduates, you will remember and strive to uphold both of those characteristics. And indeed, this past year and a little more were very strange in all of our lives. I remember a phone call from the Chief Clinical Director just after Christmas this year, asking about how were we going to educate our clinical students in the midst of the upsurge in the pandemic. And I'm very thankful to all of our teachers, and in particular our consultant teachers, who facilitated the education in an active COVID environment. But I would also really like to point out my pride in all of you as students. You've been through a torrid time from March of last year through most of the second semester of your fourth year and in through all of your final year. And I just want to say I'm proud of all of you. I think you carried yourself with incredible resilience and real dignity, and to see you on the wards learning alongside the clinical teams who are looking after patients with COVID or those suspected of COVID makes me think that as a group, your patients will be well served by the care you will provide to them into the future. So thanks to all of you. Congratulations on how you performed and how you learned and how you were in fact role models for many of us in how you carried yourself in this very stressful time for you. I would now like to introduce you to the various people who are central to this ceremony. The President of NUI Galway, Professor Ciarán Ó, hÓgartaigh, Professor Carmel Malone, Head of the School of Medicine, who will present candidates to the President, and Dr. Martina Ní Chuaillinn, Director of Strategic Development, College of Medicine, Nursing and Health Sciences. I now hand over to Dr. Martina Ní Chuaillinn, who will open the formal proceedings in Latin.
Pre honorables prese totaque universitas, hac comitia universitaria hudi convocata sunt, od quaid am homines a grados, academios et ad diplomata academica admentanter. Eosque presentabit Professor Malone.
Pre honorabiles prese totaque universitas. Presento vobis hasque mias filias filiosque meos, que omnes sciotamore quam doctrinae habiles. Et idoneus esse qui admittantur ad gradum baccalaureatus in medicinae, in chirurgiae, in arte obstetria, uno curso confecto. Itque tibi fide mea testor ac spondeo totique ad academiae.
Ego authoritate mihi concessa, admittavos ad gradum baccalaureatus in medicina, in chirurgia, in arte obstetria, honoro curso confecto.
Honours Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, and Bachelor of Obstetrics. Adlina Binti Ab-Rahman. Jafar Abbas Saeed. Fatma Abdullah. Sora Abdul Fattah. Amira Amani Binti Ahmad. Muhammad Faisal Ahmad Fuad. Oas Ahmad. Rosan Singh Ajit Singh. Tasneem Al-Shizawi. Badr Al-Kandari. Lama Al-Mahrus. Arifin Aslan. Hannah Barr. Francis Byrne. Beatrice Becara. Charlotte Bowes. Ailish Moira Brachnach. Killian Owen Brachnach. Emily Sarah Breslin. Aoife Maria Brett. Ibinabo Gabriel Brown. Sinead Burke. Emma Callahan. Genevieve Callender. Shang-Win Chai. Benjamin Ka-Young Chan. Wei-Hin Chong. Preya Chopra. Peter Clinton. Jordan Connaughton. Siobhan Connolly. Dylan Conway, Ciarán Cooper, Michael Craughwell, Lachlan Cummins, Sean Curran, Gavin Dalgleish, Kevin Patrick Danaher, Tharsika Dasnamurti Radier, Brian Deering, Siobhan Noel Delaney, Avinash Deswal, Aoife Doyle, Luke Doyle, Gavin Duffy, Shane Eakins, Aliyah L. Tobgi, Sarah Eustace, Sorka Moira Fallon, Emma Fanola, Megan Aoife Feeney, Kate Finn, Fiona Finnegan, Jack Fitzgerald, Jean Fitzgerald, Rebecca Ruth Fitzgerald, Aoife Fitzpatrick, Deirdre Catherine Flannery McDermott, Donal Flynn, Aisling Gallagher, Martin Christopher Gardner, Darren Kwang Jinji, Sophia Jessica Grimes, Zihan Guo, Aisling Fanula Hand, Kate Emma Hanley, Jonathan James Hanley, Lorna Ann Hannon, Orla Healy, Sharuk Hagazi, Amy Sarah Hennessy, Barry Edward Hennessy, Nessa Hughes, Celeste Alicia Hutton, Noor Sayazana Idris, Namra Iqbal, Rosemary Ann James, Obulirayan Jaya Samraj, Connor Johnston, Aveen Joyce, Ravjot Julka, Nagam Kaka, Pramath Kokodkar, Mary Therese Kavanagh, Muireann Keating, Niamh Bridget Kennedy, Aidan Kenny, Mohammed Hassan Tahir Khan, Akshanta Kokal, Kate Jeong Kim, Clara Knowles, Mal Singh Bular Kuldip Singh, Sarah Lanigan, Gangandeep Lasser, Hugh Lavelle, Ashley Huang Lee, Jessica Leung, Vanessa Megan Leung Xing, Jian Leng Lim, Yingyi Lim, Holly Sarah Logan, Alva Lohan, Stephen Sheng Loy, Michael Devlin Lynch, Rihanna Sarah Lynch, Sarah Jo Lynch, Hassan Mahmood, Daniela Maria Mahan Mora, Helen Mannion, Ellen McAuliffe, Therese McCarthy, Tara Joyce MacDonald, Kira Gillian McGrath, Grania McHugh, Sinead Noel McKenna, Morgan Thomas McLaughlin, Niamh McLaughlin, Rory Francis McNamara, Mary McNamee, Nicola McShane, Megan Verona Maxday, Angus Meldon, David Mures, Sayasia Alina Mohammed Shefi, Joseph Jack Maloney, Sarah Louise Monaghan, Orla Mary Moran, Sarah Murphy, Stephen Christopher Murphy, Niamh Ruth Murray, David Martin Nagel, Dinesh Ganison Naidu, Noor Huzika Nasser, Wizan Yo, Carol Chin Yi Eng, Kate Angela Nolan, Christine O'Connor, Niamh Marie O'Connor, Emma Louise O'Farrell, Aisling O'Leary, Connor Matthew O'Malley, Ciarán O'Neill, Frank O'Neill, Annie Eleanor O'Regan, Kevin O'Reilly, Joseph Christian O'Rourke, Madeline Elizabeth O'Rourke, Tom O'Rourke, Ellen Catherine Ormsby, Cara Ruth Osborne, Catherine Connor Berent Ostiuk, Baslin Fikria Dato Paduka Hij Mohammed Said, Alwyn Jean Piggott, Jenna Justine Pittman, Tasneen Pulu, Daniel Power, Liesl Ravenscroft, Maria Regan, Amarpreet Rahal, Fiona Reedy Nishio, Emma Roach, Muir Amarul Izudin Ruslan, Owen Ryan, Sinead Ryan, Emma Violet Ryder, Christine Sanadi, Hannah Lindsay Fiona Scott, Lydia Shafiq, Mara Kader Jamal Shaikh Youssef, Donal Shanley, Connor Siggins, Nicole Yin Ki Sim, Luke Spohr, Emily Stahl, Chloe Swarbrigg, Sive Sweeney, Wenzi Tang, James Ting, Michael Troy, Michele Yandervalt, Ali Vidadi, Vidang Vyas, Tom Gerard Wall, Claire Whelan, Evan James White, Jonathan Wong, Wei Fang Joshua Wong, Marie Jacob.
Pre honorables prese, ceremonious read confectus, vinem quaeso facias hueus convocationius universitariae.
I'm very pleased to be with you all this morning live from Galway. So, my name is Ciarán Ó. I'm president of NUI Galway, my alma mater, and as you can see, we've donned our gowns for today, and including my hat. I feel if you're going to look silly, you might as well look properly silly. So, you're all very welcome, and we're very, very sad and disappointed that this year again that we couldn't meet you on campus in person for graduation, and we hope that today is nonetheless a meaningful day and that you can be with safely with your friends and family and your supporters. I'd like to thank you all. As Professor O'Brien said at the beginning, you embody very much the essence of NUI Galway, the essence of this university, and you embody very much what we hope and expect of ourselves and of our students. So thank you for that. And I congratulate you all, Cogordicus Levitic. Congratulations, or Cogordicus in Irish means we celebrate together. And again, it's very disappointing that we can't do so in a better way than this, but nonetheless, we celebrate with you. And you embody very much NUI Galway for a number of reasons. First of all, when we launched our strategy as a university in early 2020, which seems like a long time ago now, we first of all said we were, as a university, for the public good. And you are, and you have demonstrated you are for the public good. You've had an extraordinary and an exceptional formation, an extraordinary and an exceptional experience in medicine, in the clinic, in the classroom, and in the clinical context in the classroom. And we're particularly proud of you, but also grateful to you for that work that you've done. And always remember that this formation makes you exceptional. This formation in itself has been very different, and I think and I hope that in future years you look back on these years and the last 18 months in particular as particularly precious times when you had a profound impact on others, the most vulnerable in society, and we're very grateful to you for that. You are for the public good. And secondly, as a university, we committed to be here for our students and our society and our planet. And in particular, we hope we've lived up to the first of those, but secondly, you have lived up to the second. That sense that we're here for society, you are for us in society. And the difference you make in society, for the individuals in it, for those most vulnerable, is most profound. And we're very grateful to you for that. And again, remember that lodestar during your careers in medicine, that sense of service that you have for others makes a huge difference in for humanity in general, but for those others in particular. And that sense of empathy, that sense of care, that sense of support you have, I hope you bring with you into your future careers, wherever it may bring you. And thirdly, we committed to a set of values. And again, you embody those values of respect, openness, excellence, and sustainability. Respect for ourselves, for each other, for evidence, for science, for the analysis, for the diagnosis, for the best approach to treating and caring for our patients. But most of all, that sense of respect we have for each other as human beings. And that was tested this year. And in the context of your own experience, it has been tested and shaped and formed by your experience. And it has been a very challenging year, a very difficult year for us all, for you in particular. And in rising to that challenge and in working through it, we hope that you have once again been shaped by that sense of respect, and we hope that you will bring that with you into your future careers. Secondly, that value of openness. And again, in the context of COVID-19, we know, and we've always said, that universities' walls are not permeable. The virus had no respect for borders, for walls, and we know that sense of openness is also something we have experienced ourselves most profoundly this year. And you have too. You've seen that yourselves. But you've also had to be open to new ways of working, new ways of studying, new ways of caring, new ways of recognizing commitment. And again, that sense of openness, we hope that we know has been very challenging, but we hope is also a very formative experience for you. And that those challenges will also have shaped you for the future, that sense of openness to others, to their sense of loneliness, their sense of despair, their sense of grief, but also that there's also been hope and optimism and impact that you've had that's been very positive. And again, it's in those profound exchanges with other individuals and being open to those experiences that we hope you will be formed as medical professionals and as clinicians and as carers for the future. Thirdly, that value of excellence, that again, in the context of the care I know that our students in Galway and throughout the medical academies and throughout the region were involved in, and our students, as you also are involved in other caring contexts in other parts of the world, that this sense of excellence, this sense of high standards that you have, we hope has been forged here, and that in everything that you do, the routine, that becomes a standard. And I've often quoted the poet Patrick Kavanagh, who in his poem Advent talks about wherever life pours ordinary plenty, and that these experiences of ordinary plenty are particularly important to us, are nonetheless profound in their ordinariness. But this year I can say that we have had, through you, a year of extraordinary plenty. And I really commend you for your commitment in that context, your excellence, your high standards, your devotion, your commitment to routine and duty and care. And I thank you for it. It has been most important, not only to the university, but more profoundly to those to whom you have been in contact, those for whom you have cared, and we hope for you too in reflecting on those experiences for the years ahead. And finally, a value of sustainability, which we often quite rightly think about as sustainable, environmental sustainability in the context of our beautiful campus, for example, that you see on screen. But this year you have sustained humanity. You have sustained other people in their most challenging times. You have sustained a health system which has been stretched beyond imagination. And you have been a really important and significant part in that. And again, I thank you and I commend you for it. It has been most challenging, most difficult, but at the same time, you have shown resilience in that context, and I have great respect for that. On behalf of NUI Galway, har ceann ollscoil here in Gaillimh, mar uachtar an ollscoil seo, tá mí don a bhuaichdíobh. As we say in Irish, goramahagav, which means thank you, but also means may you have good. And in that context, I think we should say, may you have good. And thanking others, I think today also we should have an attitude of gratitude and be generous in our generosity to others. There are many others today who would normally be with us, who are possibly with us and hopefully with us virtually and online, who carried you on your journey. And we know that for many of our students, there are people with them in good times and in bad, in happy times and in sad, that carry our students with them and that are a huge support to our students every day. And again, we thank you for that. In the sadness and in the joy, you have been with our students, and we are very grateful to you for your support. Not very often do we meet to tell you this, but we do recognise it, we do know it, we do respect it, and we thank you for it. Gor Mahagav. Thank you to my colleagues, as Professor O'Brien has mentioned earlier, all of those colleagues who again adapted to the changes that were ahead of us this year, and in times of great challenge showed great resilience, and again it's been a very challenging time for us all, but for our clinical practice in particular and for our health service in particular. And as NUI Galway, I am proud of our colleagues in making that contribution, and I'm grateful to them all, to you all as our colleagues and to our students for making it so. So gur maithagah dar golacha ilig bhí gobar sa course launch Lena. And finally, thank you to yourselves. Thank you for choosing to study at NUI Galway. Thank you for the experience that you've brought to us, and thank you for being our graduates. But most of all, thank you for the difference you have made and will make in future. You have been called to a noble profession, a profession which showed its nobility and its contribution more so this year than any other, and we're very grateful to you for it, profoundly grateful. Gur maithagah, may you have good. And I'll finish with what I used to finish of other graduations with words of Seamus Heaney when he was talking about his own, what he'd say to his own students when he taught English in Dublin. And he would say to his students, we are here to develop your capacities. Your destinies are your own. I think that's a very profound statement of what we contribute as a university. We are here to develop your capacities, but now your destinies are your own. But this year more than ever, I would amend that to say, you have also developed your capacities. Through your study, through the challenges you have faced, through the difficulties you have faced, you have developed your capacities of respect, openness, excellence, and resilience and sustainability. And now your destinies are your future, and the destinies of others for whom you care, whom you treat, who you have as your patients, and who you have in your care as professionals. You are also part of their destiny, and that is a very profound calling, and we thank you for it, and we wish you the best in it. You have developed your capacities, your destinies, and are your own. Gurmín maithagah, tá súil go mbeidh sibh go mbeidh sibh tanmh as an lá aniu agus fiúil mar atá sé, agus tá súil go mbeidh gach rathair bh amach anseo. Tá maith lena bhuaichdíobh. Go gordas le bheidig. Thank you very much, Gurmín maithagah. Thank you.
So that concludes the conferring ceremony. But before you go, I would ask you to join me in thanking those people whose hard work and professionalism ensure that a ceremony such as this runs smoothly, and in particular, Fionnuala Ní Chúláin, Belinda O'Hay, and Maria Fanning. In addition, let me thank staff from the President's Office, administrative staff from the college and school offices, audiovisual staff from the Centre for Excellence in Learning and Teaching, the Marketing and Communications Office, An Terabhís Astracan, and a special thanks to David Brandt of Brandt Studios for this virtual filming of this conferring ceremony. And to you, the graduates, I've just two last things to say. First, I'd like you to remember to place the needs of the patient at the center of all of your professional activities as you go forward. And second, go now and make the most of the qualification you've gained and the life ahead of you. I hope you enjoy and celebrate this very special day with those who were present with you here at your graduation, and I'm sure very proud of what you've achieved. Go raibh maith agaibh go léir.